Hey everybody, Mike Nelson, CEO of Efficient Lending Incorporated, a mortgage brokerage firm located here in Colorado and in Florida. All right, excited to talk about this topic on my fourth installment of my 5-minute-ish video series on how to choose the right mortgage for you. And today we're going to talk about credit reports, FICO scores, what is a credit report, and how does it relate to your mortgage purchasing experience. Okay, first off, let's just define what is a credit report. A credit report is going to generate what's called a FICO score. FICO is an acronym for the Fair, Isaac and Company. They just generated this algorithm that kicks out a score based on their statistical analysis. So a FICO score is a statistical number that predicts the borrower's ability to repay. Now, I'll tell you what's pretty interesting about the FICO score is they really are actually predictive. Not all the time, but I can usually talk to somebody on the phone, discuss the beginning parts of a mortgage, and I can kind of guess the range that their FICO score is going to be in, and I'm usually pretty accurate. People above 800, they have a personality. People with FICO scores that are below 620 have a personality too. Neither of them is good, bad, or indifferent. It's just different behaviors about how we live our life. But it really does predict how we handle debt and mortgages. But what's important to note is that you can do certain things to change your credit score. So let's say you have a low credit score, 500. You're not stuck with that for life. If you want to change your behaviors, you absolutely can raise your credit score. So just want to make sure everybody understands that. All right. FICO scores will range from about 350 to 850. All industries, so I get this question a lot, is why is my credit score different when I bought a car versus a house? And it's because all industries use different analytics, different models to generate their credit report score. When you get a mortgage, you're going to get what's called a tri-merge or a credit report, synonyms. Mortgages use Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. The tri-merge is a merging of those three reporting bureaus, and we use the middle score. You get 3 scores, we use the middle score for qualification. Okay, so let's talk about what's on a credit report. There are 2 types basically of credit. You can have installment debt, and that is what's called closed-end debt. A mortgage is closed-end debt. It starts and ends on a specific date, and you have amortizing payments throughout it. You can also have revolving credit. Think credit cards. Credit cards do not have end dates, and you pay them up and down, and your credit varies from time to time. We are also going to look at length of credit history, payment history, balances, new credit, bankruptcies, judges, liens. All of that information is on your credit report. All right, so how do we calculate it? And where does that basic information weigh in on your credit score? There are basically 5 categories that your credit is being reported on. The first is payment history. How timely and do you pay your balances? And are you paying the minimum amount, the maximum amount, or are you clearing your balances? That's about 35% of your FICO score. You have your credit balances, which is about 30% of your credit score. Length of history, how long have you had credit? About 15% of your credit score. Types of credit, revolving installment, 10%, and then new credits you're bringing on is about 10% of your credit score. Okay, so that's the 5 kind of bodies of information that these companies are using to generate your credit report. So what we want to do as borrowers is have the most healthy mix of credit we can. So not using credit, you will not have a credit score and you can't buy a home, okay? Having insufficient credit, not enough credit in use of credit, also results in a less than desirable credit score. So we really want a healthy mix. And if you look at what a healthy mix is, the general idea is 2 installment loans, which is 2 closed-end loans, 3 credit cards. And you don't really want more, you don't want less. You want like 2 major credit cards, like 2 Visas, and maybe what's more of a minor credit card, like a Nordstrom credit card. And then you want to have the balances on all of that credit below 30%. So use the 3 revolving debt, but keep your balances below 30% and keep them really paid off or to minimal amounts each month. No collection accounts, no public records, no foreclosures, no late payments. If you have that healthy credit mix, you're going to have really a pretty good credit score. All right, last 2 topics I want to talk about. Additional resources. I've got links in my description here on YouTube to go to my credit reporting company, the company I use to pull credit reports. I strongly encourage you to read those links. There's great information on credit and how to have healthy credit there. And the last topic I'm going to leave you with is really a sensitive one, and it's a few thoughts on credit repair. The credit agency that I have, you'll read their articles, they will empirically tell you, do not pay for credit repair. You can repair it yourself and you can really improve your credit. If you go to credit repair companies, they will tell you you can't do it yourself. You have to use a credit repair company to do it. Here's what I'll tell you in my experience. Get all the information you can. Use these resources that I provided for you. Talk to some credit repair companies and really come to a decision what is best for you. The best advice anybody can give is use credit, use it healthy and don't in a healthy manner, and don't put yourself in a position to have to repair it. But if you do get into that scenario, use the free resources that you have, make the improvements that you can, investigate credit repair companies, and come to your conclusion and decision on what's going to work best for you. Hey, I hope that clears up what credit reports are. As always, I love to meet new people. Feel free to call, text, or email me anytime. And thanks again for spending time with me online. I always respect people's times. I wish you the greatest of success.